Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season. So y'all got a lot to say this week. I don't know why, but since y'all want to talk, let's talk. Let's talk. I know people have been in your mentions and your comments about last week's episode where I had a specific take on an Am I the Asshole that you
Oh, yeah.
introduced last week.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been in mine as well.
Okay.
A lot of people calling me a whole bunch of things that a person's worst enemy wouldn't call me. And so I'm just trying to understand what I did because I have a take and I'm gonna stand by my take. I don't know if you want to explain to the people that are coming in and catching this for the first time what occurred, and then yeah, we can just get straight into it because
Sure.
all right.
Sure. So last week we did an Am I the Asshole in which a father talked about the fact that he had a child that he did not know about, did DNA test, all that good stuff, fine. Paid his child support for 19 years. At the age of 16, the young lady told him that she didn't want to have anything to do with him, because of things that she knew about him, whatever. Fast forward, his mom died, left him some apartments and some, things. He decided that he was going to split those apartments amongst his current children. He ended up getting married. He has children of his own now. Split that amongst his children. His daughter called him thinking that she was going to get an apartment like her siblings. And he's essentially told her no. His wife said that it was his decision. My initial reaction was, fuck that kid. And
Mm-hmm.
Ryan said
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't going to be the way that he moved. And boy, were y'all not feeling that.
Y'all were not. Y'all were not. I want to hear what you heard,
I had people
but
just flat out say Ryan's wrong. Like that's
yeah.
literally it. Like Ryan is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
One, it was because you misheard about the grandmother leaving the house or the apartments to the kids.
Right.
First, it was Ryan was wrong and you need to correct him, and I was like, I did. And then it was like, okay, I just heard it, and he was wrong about his take. Now that we got the take out the way, then, then it was just a flat out. I don't know what Ryan's talking about, but he's wrong. And I was like, okay, I'll let
Yeah.
him know.
So again, I will state, like I stated last week, I don't believe this person that wrote this, Am I the Asshole, gave us all of the information. We don't know why this girl, after you said that you had no contact with this girl, you had no understanding, and this girl out of nowhere said that she wanted nothing to do with you. What occurred? Something happened. You're not telling us your side of the story. For me, I'm going to take care of my children. Like what I said in the show last week, maybe she doesn't get the benefits as soon as my other children would get the benefits. But at some point, I will make sure I can figure out a way to set her up in some sort of way. She is my blood, she is my child. So that's what I said. That is my take on it. Now, this person, he never said that she was a serial killer. He never said she was a rapist. He never said that she was anything vile or crazy. He just said that she said something crazy to him. Me personally, I have a child that's about to be a teenager in a few months. I've been anticipating since she was born that she's about to come out of her face. I have not been cursing in front of her so that when she decides to come out of her face, then she will hear the full wrath of my mouth and then be like, oh shit, I done fucked up today. That's the point. Okay? Now, it's going to happen. Children are going to be children. You're not telling us everything. Plain and simple, point blank, period. I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Yes, you can say fuck that kid, but that's my kid. So I am not going to just be on some, oh, I'm not doing that just because. Like that's weird. That's weird to me. That's weird behavior. I'm looking at y'all crazy. Y'all looking at me crazy. I'm looking at y'all crazy. See these eyeballs? I should have been wearing glasses today. I would have had 4. There we go.
Also brought to my attention, someone's pet peeve is you saying personally, because it wouldn't be impersonal if if it has to do with you. So
they got granular. Oh, they got into the mix. Oh, okay. I'm
it was
sorry.
like, if it's not you personally, it's not you impersonally, because you talk about you.
You see today, when I tell you I spend mad long editing these episodes so I could take out all the ums and your nose and your likes and personalies and all these words and fixing things together so it makes sense. Y'all said, no, you're doing too much work. You're doing too much work. When I don't do that, then y'all hear all the garbage we put out, and then now y'all want to say stuff. Come on now. Let's not do this. Let's not do y'all do this. Y'all come here and do this one week. I'm just saying. Y'all got me hot today.
Not
Y'all got me
not
hot
Ryan coming
today.
in, not Ryan
Today.
having his one Michael Uchiwali moment. I said, "What y'all want?
Y'all
Huh?
got me
'Cause this
hot
what y'all
today.
getting."
Nah, I'm appreciative that you guys care enough about this show to have an opinion, even if it's not one that I share. So I appreciate y'all. However, y'all are wrong. I don't know what else to tell y'all. I don't know
I
what to
mean,
tell y'all.
I will say that I'm still a little on my answer. I don't know that I would give her anything, because if you, child or not, when you're 16, and I know that she's a child, but when you're 16 and like, words mean things. So there's ways to say things, and you're right. We did get it from one person's side. We don't know her side of the story. I will agree that I may have, because I am a simp, I may have saved it for her at a later date. But her coming out her face after not talking to me, when she hears that there's an inheritance, I'm gonna side eye you. I'm not gonna
It's
hold you. I'm gonna side eye you.
it's wild because I cannot see myself, me being a child that could have been in this situation, being like, okay, I want nothing to do with you, and then all of a sudden you got money, you got things to give, and I'm gonna be like, hey, remember when I said all I said? Forget
But
all that. Where's my stuff? Like, where am I?
but that's
Why would I do
you.
that? Why would I
But
do
that's
that?
you.
That's
There's literally
crazy.
people, but there are people out there. Though. Why do you think people out here writing soap operas and shit like that? Like, some people operate like that. I
Oh
wouldn't
my
operate
god.
like that.
Oh my
You wouldn't
god.
operate like that. But there are people who do operate like that. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of like,
Yeah.
With that being said, we obviously came in hot this week, because y'all, I have never had so many people randomly reach out to me to just
Yeah.
be like,
Same.
he's
Same.
wrong. And I was like,
Same.
y'all are
Same.
feeling
One of
strong
my
things
one of
behind
my
this.
one of my close friends continue to call me a bad guy this week. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Not because you came from a nice two-parent home where everybody loved you and took care of you and everything. Like, listen, I have specific insight on this. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I was
Anyway,
like, oh. Also, shout out, because Natalie did enjoy cigarette. Natalie be on your neck when it comes to
I
these dad
love that
jokes.
joke. Thank you,
And
Natalie.
she said, Natalie, she said that was a good one. She was on your, she be on your neck. She be like, tell me, and I said that joke was corny, horrible, basura. This week she said she liked cigarette. Cigarette was funny.
Very good.
So she
Very
did
good.
do that. How
Very
was your
good.
week?
We
Outside of
should
people
start a
cursing you
WhatsApp.
out.
We should start a WhatsApp group for this show, and then just have like add random people as they become close to the show. We should do that. We should do that. I don't know. Maybe because actually it's gonna show my telephone number to people, right?
Yeah.
In WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to find a way. We got to find a way. We got to open up this community because like y'all could cuss me
I
out in real time. Cuss me out in real time. That would be nice.
Yeah, that's true. He's asking for a lot now. That's a little
Yeah.
strong. But
Mm.
how was your week otherwise, other than people coming for your neck this week?
So if we're still talking about last week's episode, I finally found my therapist this week. I found her.
Oh,
And
good.
she got the cussing out of her life too. Just so you know, just so you know. It's like she was like, "How you doing?" I said, first of all, don't come at me with no niceness. No, because I've been looking for you for 8 days. I've been looking for you for 8 days. Where the hell you been at? Like I went in and she was like, "Oh my God." And so literally what occurred was she had some fraud on her card, and the platform that she uses to communicate with me was up for renewal, and all of her stuff was in flux at the time. and
Uh,
and so that went down. So me constantly hitting her up over and over and over again, she saw none of it. And she came
uh,
in, she came in with, like, a bright sunny
Glee.
disposition,
She
and
was
I'm just like,
happy.
You done like I literally was about to fly to wherever you was and snatch you up by the collar. Like where the hell you been, lady?
She's like, let's talk about Ryan's violent tendencies. Dot, dot, dot.
dot
Was
dot
going
dot.
to fly and snatch, in quotations, his words,
Mm.
me up.
hmm And then I was like, at the end of the session, I was like, yeah. So back to where we started. I'm gonna need multiple forms of communication from you so that this cannot ever happen again. And so she was
Such a Virgo.
apologetic. She was apologetic, and she was, remorseful and stuff. So we'll see if she comes back in one piece next week. Let's see. Let's see. I was very excited that she was back because I needed to talk to her this week.
Listen, I had my session with Carlita today, and boy, was it needed. Okay,
hmm
it was needed. So I know how that go because I told her we in this for life. She told me today, that I had essentially achieved one of my goals, and I was like, I don't like how that sound.
That means that the work is almost complete, and that's not what you're about to do.
Like
Let me dig up some more issues here. Let
I
me
was
find
like,
some more stuff.
I was like, but we got to focus on this part because I don't like that.
Yeah,
She was like, because
yeah.
this is what you said, and the more you talk, I'm realizing, and I was like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't, I don't know that I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
She did tell me we were talking about my book because I'm still writing my book.
Wild,
And
wild.
she definitely said that it's a good thing that I'm writing it and not doing it.
Doing it
So
because clearly we would not be friends because you are well, I call you this as a term of endearment, but then you would actually be one, and it's like that would not work. I can't be friends with a serial killer. No, I can't. Couldn't do it.
the
Couldn't
crazy
do
thing
it.
is, you very well could be and just not know.
And not know, yeah, because any one of these Virgos in my life could potentially be one.
Literally,
When
like
you
we
look at
just
the list, they put the list out every single
yeah,
year. The most
and
serial killers in the United States or on the planet or whatever. When you look at them,
are
the most
Virgos.
prolific ones, Virgos.
Virgos.
hmm
Yeah. So it. You just never know. I will tell you that I'm not a serial killer out of sheer laziness. I'm not going to
mm,
hold you. It's a lot of work.
mm,
I'm writing this book, and some of the things that I think of, the energy that it would take me to do it is a lot. It's a lot.
yeah,
And I enjoy
yeah,
naps. I
yeah.
do.
Yeah,
So,
it's the same thing. Same reason why I don't lie or cheat or do any of that stuff. You know the amount of work that would be necessary. I mean, I'd be damn good at it
so much.
if I had to. But it's just too much work,
So
and I'm tired.
much.
And I'm tired. Yes, yes.
Exhausted. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no,
Oh
nah,
my God.
yeah.
Anyway, also while people were cursing you out, they were giving me submissions. So I have some submissions for a
Of
couple of episodes of Am I the Assholes and things
oh,
like that.
cool.
I have one from Randy that I'm gonna do next week because I was supposed to do this one last week, but I completely forgot, and then I remembered after we recorded the episode, and it's from Jasmine.
Okay, Jasmine.
And this is not even an Am I the Asshole per se, but kind of what would you do, or what would the decision be that you would make in this type of situation? Are you ready?
Okay.
This is from a woman. My master's graduation is next week, and my 10-year-old is crying because she might miss field day. For reference, my graduation is out of town, and I was already going to let her do a half a day before we left. She made an assumption. It just sucked that she made me feel bad. The question that Jasmine posed is, what would you do in this situation? Is your daughter going to the field day, or is she coming to your master's graduation?
That's it.
Yeah.
We might have to do another Am I the asshole? Okay, but she gonna have to miss that field day. I'm just saying. There's gonna be another field day. I'm not getting another master's. I'm sorry. I did a lot of work to begin with. I'm not doing another master's. So you are coming to my graduation, woman, child of mine. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to
You
say.
know what's funny is I said it depends
Mm,
because
you.
as a black women like to collect degrees like infinity stones. How many times have you graduated? And how many
Right.
graduations has this
R-
baby gone to? You know what I
right.
mean? And
Right.
like if she's seen you graduate numerous times previously, let the baby go to her field day. Let the baby
That's
go to her
wild.
field day.
That's wild, Joyhdae. That is wild. This lady is probably working her ass off every day, constantly working, 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 trying to do better for that same child. And
Mhm.
so all the work and effort she's put in, she wants that to be seen. That's the reason she did it. And so
That
she needs that
child,
child to see it. She needs that
that
child to
child
see
has
it.
seen it multiple times
How do you
before.
know that? This could be
I'm
her only
saying, no, no.
masters. This could be
I'm
her only
saying
masters.
that's what I'm saying. It depends. Now, if this is not like a person who is constantly in school, like this could be this baby's fourth graduation. She
Oh
is a
my God.
professional graduation
Oh
attender.
my God.
Let that baby go to the field day.
Oh my
Now,
God.
if this is just like, you've done the work and now this is like your first and you've totally, like, she's going to have to miss that field day. It just depends. Black women are known for collecting degrees like infinity stones. Let that baby have some fun if you were one of those
No.
black women that are collecting
No.
infinity stones.
What I'm going to say is it's actually very important for a young child to see that this is possible by their elder black people, period.
She'll
More
see
than
it.
like more than likely a black woman. It's necessary to see. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have two children that go to school in predominantly white schools. There's field days. I don't remember field days at my schools because that didn't really exist. Not that I can remember, at least. They
You went
gotta
to the
buy.
Bronx Zoo.
They
That was it.
they gotta buy T-shirts for the field days, different colors, different houses. They fighting. They playing against the teachers and kickball and volleyball and all these things. They doing the things. They doing all the things. Relay races, all these things. Fun stuff. This is why I put them in these schools because better than I did. Right. I will tell you this. I just told y'all my oldest is going to be 13 this year. My youngest just turned 8, will be 9 in March. We've done, what is it? Between the two of them, maybe 12 field days already. Already, Jade. Every single year, there's a field day. Every single year. So this child, unless she's in her last year of school, there's going to be another field day next year. She'll be okay. She'll be okay.
Uh,
She'll be okay.
again, depends. That baby a professional graduator. She done seen it all. And her not attending doesn't mean that she doesn't see the hard work that you put into it. Because she lives with you. You're her mother. She sees it. Let that baby have a field day if you are a collector of Infinity Stone degrees. That's all I'm saying.
You sound
That's
crazy
all I'm
because
saying.
if it were you, Cash would be in attendance. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking
First
about,
of
Janae.
all,
Stop
I didn't
it.
even invite
Stop it.
everybody to my own
Stop it.
graduation because I was like, y'all would just see the diploma. I didn't even want to go. Like,
It's sad. Sad.
so
That is sad.
it is what it is. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
It is what it is. There's a lot that happened this week.
A
A
lot.
lot. A
A
lot, a
lot.
lot.
A lot.
And it's a lot of people that I don't like this week.
Hmm.
And we got to talk about them. So
Mm.
maybe a little unhinged because
Okay.
I'm unhinged. Hold on, my chapstick, my lip gloss fell, and I need it.
Because she got to pop it.
Yes,
Uh.
yes. Um.
Okay.
So we have a bunch of things. We have the Kevin Hart roast that really didn't need to happen. You have some thoughts on Euphoria.
I do.
Drake decided that he wanted to drop 3 albums. Surprise! Chris Brown dropped an album. Pitchfork had a lot to say about about that boy's album.
Yeah.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a fraud, allegedly.
Mm.
And you haven't seen the documentary yet, and so I don't know how much we're going to talk about it, but Nature Boy is happening. And
I've heard crazy things about it. So if y'all want to have this conversation now, we can. But if y'all want me to actually see it and then really go toe to toe with you
which I
about
think
it,
is
then we'll
probably
see.
better.
We'll
So you know
see.
what? We're not even going to get into that today, but we will get into the I'm probably saying this wrong, but it's called Guevedoces. And it's something that fell into my lap while I was perusing the internet. And it is something that is so interesting to me. And I'm going to just tell you what that translates into, just so that you know where we're going to be headed when we have this conversation. Guavidoce literally translates into penis at 12. Yeah,
Wow.
that's all I'm going to
Wow.
say before we get into
Wow.
it.
Before you get into it, we haven't had a chance to talk about this. And I know this is not your cup of tea, but it's very important to me. The Knicks is going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm going like Philly. I feel bad for y'all. I really do. I really do. Y'all should have just packed it up from the beginning and just like forfeited so that we could just move on, because we still resting the same amount of time that we was going to rest regardless. So y'all could have just saved yourselves the embarrassment. The amount of Knicks fans that went down to Philly to represent Joyhdae, you don't even understand. I, I couldn't have been more proud of my team. I know Will is a hater. Will is one of our big listeners right now, and he's a big hater. He's a big Nets fan, and he's probably turning this show off right now. But I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. Love my Knicks. We going all the way. We taking it all the way, baby. We taking it all the way. You know? Even the reporters couldn't do a report in peace, the Knicks took that over. You had fans afraid to come down the escalators because there was so many Knicks fans. You have fans afraid to leave the arena. Joyhdae, how embarrassing is that? How okay. I know this is not your cup of tea. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead
I'm
of
just
myself.
gonna
I'm just saying
say,
I had a great time.
yay, sports ball team. Woohoo!
Oh my gosh, WNBA first week also just occurred, and I'm excited. WNBA first, as excited as I am for the Knicks, the WNBA is way more intense, way more physical, way more competitive. I can't wait for the rest of this season. They're doing the damn thing. So people, please focus on women's sports. They need all the support and money and cash and everything that they deserve. Cool.
Amen, hallelujah. And even though I do not follow the sports ball teams, except for the New York Yankees and baseball, shout out to Ellie the elephant, because I saw
Best
her
mascot. Best mascot ever.
on the socials doing her little Whitney with a mix of Mary J. She was giving us a little bit of everything. And you know what,
So
Mama?
good.
Yes. Yes.
So
Everything that
good.
you deserve. Yes. She was eating them up. There's no other mascot that is doing it like her.
In no sport. In any
In
sport.
no sport, no matter how hard they try. Like, shout
Exactly.
out to
Let's
you.
go.
You
Let's
know?
go. Let's go.
With that being said, we're gonna jump right into the mess. And the only reason we're gonna start with this topic is because while researching, I found out that this person is a Virgo.
Oh boy. Who's a Virgo?
Cheyenne Bryant has been building a
No way.
platform for years as a
No way.
relationship coach,
No way.
motivational speaker, and
Of
author,
course.
using the title Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and branding herself as a psychology expert. She's appeared
Wow.
on Shannon Sharp Show, the Joe Budden podcast, Breakfast Club. She has real reach within the Black wellness space. Then a recent clip from, well, not a recent, but a clip from the Joe Budden podcast, from a Joe Budden podcast appearance went viral. She clarified she is not a licensed therapist and intentionally chose not to work within traditional clinical or insurance systems. Her exact words were, "A license is really only needed so you can bill insurance." She added that she prefers operating privately because she is, quote unquote, not bonded by ethics boards and regulations. And boy, oh boy, did that set off a
Wow.
chain reaction.
Wow.
People started to try to verify her credentials. Her website says she earns a doctorate in counseling psychology from Argosy University. Argosy University lost its accreditation in 2019 and closed permanently. No publicly available dissertation could be found, no records verifiable through standard channels. She then went on The Breakfast Club on May 12th to address it. When asked directly why she won't just show proof of her degree to stop the conversation, she said, quote, "I have multiple degrees and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people." She says she completed her doctoral program with Argosy while Argosy was still accredited. But when she later tried to retrieve her transcripts while preparing for law school, the school had already closed and her records were largely inaccessible. Her defense is that she says she doesn't need the doctorate to do what she does. She has a master's in marriage, family, and child therapy. She's not a therapist. She's a life coach. She said, "I don't need a doctorate in counseling psychology to get licensed as a therapist. That's what we're all missing." She's keeping the doctor title. I've earned it, is what she said. Licensed therapists have been very vocal in the backlash, including my good girl Kima. Okay, because Kima's a doctor. And Kima, I should have recorded Kima cursing her out, because I know Kima has some thoughts. Several pointing out that in some states, calling yourself a therapist without a license is illegal, and that the line between life coach and therapist is being deliberately blurred in ways that can harm vulnerable people.
Yes.
Dr. Raquel Martin, a licensed clinical psychologist, told the Griot, "We have a lot of onus to social capital to a level of following, but we can't do that." I mean, we give a lot, of onus to social capital to a level of following, but we can't do that. One supporter online made the point worth discussing. Even if she is lying about her doctorate, she does have her master's and is only an online life coach. Now, somehow they brought Dr. Umar into this, but I will say, as scamming as Dr. Umar is, he actually does have verifiable proof, and his dissertation had been found online.
Listen,
A couple of things that you cannot say about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
yikes.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
So I fell into a little wormhole once you sent this my way to put into my purview, and a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say, especially people
Yeah.
who went to the same university.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were
Yeah.
like, I had the same program. I am a doctor. Here's my dissertation. It can be
Mm-hmm.
found online
Mm-hmm.
because you have to publish these things, and
Mm-hmm.
not only can you do that, you can find the transcripts on something called parchment
Yes, I
dot
was just
com.
about to bring up. I was just about to bring
and
up
it's
parchment.
and it's there. If you want it, you can find it, and you can get a new printout of your diploma or your degree or whatever. All of those things, like it's possible if you actually completed the program. You know what I mean? So I feel like she felt that she was so good at what she does that no one would ever consider that she didn't have what she said that she had, because she's so well spoken and she carries herself well, and she's been outside as a public speaker, and people have been having good results from whatever she's been telling them. So I figured she probably felt that this would never come up. And boy, were you wrong. Don't ever get on the wrong side of the internet. I'll tell you that right now.
Don't ever get on the wrong side of Black women. Okay. And now
Especially since they
listen,
collect those degrees like
like
what'd you call it?
Infinity
Like
Stones,
Infinity Stones.
because Black women have been like, what Black woman graduates any school and don't have some sort of pictures? Where's her family? Where's this? Because like my mama got. Matter of fact, let me drop all 8 graduations I done had since. It's been crazy,
Yo,
and I'm not.
so
Go
I
ahead.
saw somebody I forget her handle, but her handle on TikTok is something like Hood Rat to, I think she graduated from Yale or something like that. And she was
Mhm.
just like, I don't know what this person's name is or who she's talking about and what kind of proof she can't find and all these things. She was just saying all these sort of words as she was like eating spaghetti or something, with her big plaque behind her with Yale, the degrees, the tassel, everything just framed right behind. She was like, I don't know why she can't find the proof.
And it's
It
just
was,
right there.
oh my god, the amount of memes on social media is amazing.
They have been killing me. Do you remember there was a long time ago? There was a story on the news about the young Black kid who kept opening up offices and like faking like he was a doctor and like he was seeing patients, and he did it like twice. Like he got caught one time, they shut him down. There he was on probation,
Wow,
and then like he did it again and like
wow,
had legitimate patients. So people were putting up like pictures, like they would make their profile picture him and be like, she and I went to the same, like we were in the same class. Like she's definitely a doctor. She's as much of a doctor as I am. And it's like, he's not a doctor. Somebody said she's a doctor in the same way that Dr. Pepper,
I
Dr.
saw that. I
Dr.
saw that.
Seuss, they was naming every. Here's my thing. I remember we talked about her briefly before when she gathered Cam Newton about his lack of accountability when it came to creating broken homes.
Right, right, okay,
And I said I loved how she spoke to him, how she handled him.
right.
I start to get leery and weary of people in certain spaces when you can tell that they're chasing clout. Because
Mm.
then I remember seeing her on, and I don't know if it was before Cam Newton or after, but she was on Basketball Wives.
Yeah, they pulled so many receipts. She used to be a video girl. They showed her showing up to the Jeezy concert recently in like basically panties and like a negligee over it or whatever, or
And
not
here's the
even
thing.
like a lace. Like, not to say that there's anything wrong
Right.
with
No, like
that, her,
she don't have to be
but like
modest, but it's
they
just
pulled
like
every single receipt for this lady. It's crazy.
I feel like you are the company that you keep. And when you try to position yourself as the smartest person in the room where you're not going to get pushback, that tells me all that I need to know. So if the
Mm,
only circuit that you're doing is the Joe Budden podcast,
mm,
Shannon Sharp show, Cam Newton, and the Breakfast Club,
mm.
and nobody on any of those shows are Mensa.
Right. But
You know what
however,
I mean?
wasn't Lauren LaRosa actually like challenging her and figuring out
You
like
know,
what she was
I like,
trying to do? So,
yeah,
so
Laura
yeah,
is the
so
only
there's
one.
that.
She's the only one. But then you have like Charlemagne, who, you know, over talks everybody because he thinks that because he uses big words, that makes him smart. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right.
So while Laura was pushing her back, that's the only instance where we've actually seen somebody push back. And that's because Laura's probably degreed.
Right. The thing is also like I think all of this came up recently because she was challenged on like a local show in DC. I think she was being interviewed by a black journalist lady, and the
Yeah,
lady
real media.
went through whatever she was going through and then asked all the real questions that people want to know, and she had no answers for it, and that's when this all blew up.
Yeah.
So
No,
shout
she
out to
was
that
on real
lady.
media.
Yeah.
Because on Shannon Sharp show, they showed when she was on the club Chey, when she was like, she walked into like, I don't know if it was 6 or 8 degrees or something like that. And it's just like, and you don't have proof of none of this.
People was like, so you defended 3 dissertations for doctoral like candidacies or whatever the case, and you can't find no proof for any one of the three?
None of them. None
Like
of them.
like at the end of the day, your research and the work that you did and all this stuff, all that stuff is supposed to be published online. Even if only one person reads it or whatever, it's out there. The research, all that stuff is there so that people can, so this, you're defending the work. That's what you're doing. You're putting it out there as as a thing that you've contributed to the world of academia in order for them to grant you the title. So you have to show them what you're talking about so that they can peer review it and give you your doctorates or whatever. As far as I know, I'm no doctor, but that's
I
what I think. That's what I
a
isn't
couple
that what
weeks
it is?
ago, did I not shout out a friend because she had to defend her
Listen,
dissertation before
there
she,
you go.
and I listened into it, and there was a whole, I'm sure if I asked her, hey, can I get a copy of that so I can read it? I'm sure she could send it to me.
She can find it. Yeah,
You know what
she
I
can
mean?
even
I
send you
saw
a
it.
link. I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'm
it's published
sure.
online.
I'm
I'm sure it's
positive.
published.
I'm positive that it is. So
Yeah.
the thing is, like, be good at what you do, but like, you set us back,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Because Black women in particular, we love the fact that we are educated, and we love the fact that we are deemed the most educated, right? Or statistically speaking, we are the most educated group in America.
right.
You ain't got the lie, Craig.
You don't. Also, even if you got a legitimate master's, that's still leaps and bounds beyond the majority of this country. Like, so what are we talking about?
Somebody said she should have just called herself Pastor Cheyenne and she would have
Because
avoided all of
yo,
this.
that was my
Ah.
point. That was my point. Because a lot of these people get on and start talking with that pastoral speak, and people believe that stuff, regardless of what they're
They
saying.
said if she wanted to get away with it, she should have called herself a pastor when
Facts.
nobody had looked twice. And I said,
That is so. That's so true. She could have
touche.
been Reverend Doctor for sure. She could have
She
been
really
Reverend
could have
Doctor.
been Reverend Doctor, and nobody would have thought nothing of it. They'd have been like,
Oh
Reverend
man,
Doctor Cheyenne be on it. She
listen,
be on it.
and she probably make more money doing that too.
Listen, okay, because they're the tithe. There's one
Yep.
thing people love to do is tithe.
Wild.
Since we're talking about Black disappointment, Kevin
Oh
Hart
boy.
had a roast on Netflix.
Oh boy.
Netflix aired the roast of Kevin Hart on May 10th as the grand finale of the Netflix is a Joke festival
Yeah.
from LA.
Yeah.
Um Now this was supposed to be something that I guess was supposed to be great. Because he's supposed to be
Stop.
he's supposed
Stop.
to be the most commercially successful Black comedian of his generation.
He is
The
though.
guest list included Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Cat Williams, Tom Brady, Pete Davidson, Jeff Ross, Chelsea Handler, Lizzo, Draymond Green, Cheryl Underwood. It was hosted by Shane Gillis, who, to anyone who's not familiar, was fired from SNL in 2019 for racist and homophobic slurs that he said on an old podcast.
Mm,
He opened up by making jokes referencing Kevin's height that referenced slavery and lynching. He later
mm.
admitted the lynching joke alone took him 3 weeks of deliberation before he committed to it. Tony Hinchcliffe, who, if you don't remember him, when Trump was running, was very racist at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically closed his set with a George Floyd joke. He said, "The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard he can't breathe." Kevin doubled over in laughter. The audience, the crowd reacted. The internet did not take it lightly. George Floyd's family released a statement calling Hinchcliffe a racist comedian and condemning Hart for laughing. Activist Tamika Mallory went in. Hundreds of thousands of people went online back and forth about the line between comedy and racial harm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Michael Chey, who was also originally scheduled to perform but pulled out due to a scheduling conflict, posted what may be the most cutting commentary of the whole situation. He put up a slide of 5 white writers hired to craft jokes for black performers at the roast and wrote, "White guys and black people joke different. Black guy roast like, look at this nigga's shoes. White roast are like slavery, math, slaying teens, sex crime, slurs, family secrets."
Facts.
Cat Williams got up there and did what Cat Williams does. I don't know if Kevin thinks the beef is squash, but as a Virgo,
There's so much to say about this. Oh my god. Yo, um, first off, since you just spoke about it, Michael Che, he's a very controversial comedian,
mm-hmm,
writer, head writer on Saturday Night Live. Uh
mm-hmm,
I love what he does because he is so controversial and is not scared to say the things. He says all the things regardless if it is going to be offensive or not. Um would he take the jokes to where this roast went? I don't think so. And so um for him to be on this side of the commentary, I am with it. However, I'm hoping that he would have been on this side even if he was in attendance,
in attendance,
and
right,
not
right,
just looking at it from hindsight, from the outside
right,
looking in, right? So
right.
anyway, Cat Williams now, they supposedly squashed the beef at this thing. I can't see how or why. Like, what does Cat Williams need Kevin Hart for? However, if they did go on a tour, I might buy a ticket. But like Cat doesn't need Cat doesn't need that. Like Cat single-handedly um put a tear in the universe with his Shannon Sharp interview 2 years ago. Was it
And
2 years
we ain't
ago?
been we
We
ain't
haven't
been
been the
right
same since.
since.
We haven't been the same since. So like the power of Cat Williams is not like, it's like I don't know. I really don't understand what the purpose is, what the purpose of this roast was, because to my to my knowledge, when it comes to comedy, like roast comedy, it is supposed to be controversial. It is supposed to like cut beneath below the belt or whatever, and like really just be like offensive. And the comedians, like true comedians, roasts are for comedians. They really are not really for like the audience watching the roast. Those
Right,
comedians, this is like their Olympics, like a roast,
right,
like to like really try to like take a bit and like push it to the limit, and people like really applaud the skill and all of that from the roast. However, roasts are usually done by people who have genuine relationships with the person being roasted. Like you can tell that they're friends or whatever, and they are pushing the boundaries, but it's all love at the same time. This was a billboard or an advertisement for all of Netflix's other shows and other things that they got going on. They were like, we're gonna do this, but this person, this person, this person, this person needs to be on the bill. I don't care what you think about that. That's what's gonna happen. And
right.
so I don't know that Kevin had any say in some of the people that were there. However, him sitting there and taking these jokes and laughing at some stuff that was some complete bullshit, that was that was so demeaning, not only to you but to the entire black race, and things like that, for you to just be chuckling like if you're some sort of like fucking idiot, it's crazy to me. Like, it's super crazy to me. Like, you had a lot to say during people's sets. You could have easily cut people off and be like, all right, now, all right, you're going too far, or whatever. I just feel like it was within poor taste, and the fact that you just, let things occur. And this is not the first time. I feel like when there's big things that occur and people want to hear from you in a way that is affirming to them, and these are your specific audience, like the people that put money in your pockets, you have nothing to say. You actually almost align with the other side of what these people want you to say. And so it's a little tricky for me to like, I have been a fan, but like, I've been side eyeing you for a long time, and this to me was within very, very poor taste. Um some of these writers, some of these people, like, and it's not even a white thing, because I thought Chelsea Handler killed.
She was
I
so
th- I
good, and I
I
don't even
thought
like
she
her.
I thought she killed at this thing. And so it's like, it's just, who the hell asked you to bring up George Floyd? Where, like, George Floyd has been dead
Here's
and
the
buried
thing.
for a long time. Like, what
Two
are we
things.
doing?
One, they knew not to play with my girl Regina.
listen,
Okay? They knew
listen,
not to
they
play with
did,
my girl Regina. That's first and
but
foremost.
they played with
They
Cheryl.
but you know what? Cheryl played right back.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
And
yeah.
she lit them up. Now here's the thing, because this is where I'm gonna laugh, because if y'all want to keep bringing up the untimely death of George Floyd, y'all can't be upset when now we joke about Charlie Kirk.
Mm, mm. And I hate this tit for tat nonsense,
And
because
I hate that too,
it's within
but you
poor
have to,
taste. I hate
and it
it.
is within poor
Yeah,
taste, right?
yeah,
But the
yeah.
reality of the situation is, we get told that we have to think about Charlie Kirk's family and his kids and the things that they will see when certain things are said, so forth and so on. But the same grace is not given to George Floyd's family. He was a father as well.
Right,
He has a daughter that is still alive as well.
right, right.
We can't. I don't. Have I laughed at it? I'm not gonna lie. I have seen things on social media that have made me downright clutch my pearls and laugh in shock at some of
Yeah,
the things that people have been able to come up with in
right,
regards to Charlie Kirk.
right.
The reality of the situation is, y'all can't tell us not to do something that y'all are doing. This is not
Mm,
those times.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like George Floyd has been dead for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Years. Why are y'all still talking about that man?
Yeah.
And the thing about Kevin Hart that pisses me off is that is he's long abandoned the audience that has put money in his pocket and gotten him to where he is, all for white approval. Because there was way too many, way, and I know it was Netflix's whole, like you said, like, oh, these are gonna be our upcoming whatever.
Right.
Kevin Hart knew not one of those white men on that stage.
I don't know about that, like, because he
When I
definitely
say
aligns
that,
himself with people
no,
that
but when
is
I
going to
say
line
that,
his pockets.
no, but when I say that, I mean those are work colleagues, not even work
Mm,
friends, work
mm,
colleagues, people that you
mm-hmm.
see in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you even give them the opportunity? And
Right.
even if you don't have even if you're not capable of stopping Netflix from putting these people on the show and they say these outrageously outlandish things about this another black man who was murdered brutally,
Yeah.
you took to your platform and said afterwards, that this is what a roast is supposed to be. He also notably called out his own quote unquote Mount Rushmore of racism: Hulk Hogan, Shane Gillis, who was on that stage, Kid Rock, and Stephen A. Smith. What? You are so corny. You are so corny. I've
uh,
said it
oh man.
plenty of times, and you have told me that I am wrong. I have said Kevin Hart is not funny.
I
He's not
am
funny.
I have I can't like fully agree with you there. I've chuckled many, many times at stuff that he has said and his stand-ups and all of that stuff. However, I am leaning a lot more on your side as time goes by because he's doing shit like this. It's
I can
yeah,
tell you,
it's
I
terrible.
can literally tell you the times that I have laughed at Kevin Hart. One was when he was on Jimmy Fallon and the little Australian boy, what's his name? The crocodile hunter's son was bringing out animals, and that man was scared for his life. I laughed.
Mm.
Whenever The Rock picks on him, I laugh. And The Rock's not funny, but I dislike him so much that whenever The Rock picks on him, and when
Why
Don
was
Cheadle almost whooped his ass.
why was the rock set so damn long? It was just like
Again,
this roast never ended. Like it was just like
3 hours. We didn't need it.
goodness gracious.
We didn't
My
need it.
lord.
We didn't need it. They could have kept it. They
Yeah.
could have kept it. And now it's like, and then the thing is, when your next movie flops because the white audience, next thing you know, he's gonna be shaking hands with Donald Trump and tell us, it's
Yikes.
just, it is what it is. But
Yikes.
when your next movie flops, then you're gonna want to come back to the same audience that got you here, and it's like, eh, I'm over it.
I'm interested to see what the blowback from this is because I
It
don't
won't
know.
be.
I have no faith in what the general audiences of these things will do because you think it
It
would be
won't
one
be.
thing and it wouldn't be that. We don't we like I said, Cat Williams broke the universe 2
He
years ago.
did.
And
He
so we don't
did.
know what's going to happen anymore. We have no idea.
Or was it early 2020 when he did it?
Whenever he did, all I'm saying is there's
We
no
ain't been right since.
we haven't been right.
I think he started the pandemic.
He
Anyway,
did not. It was
he
after
didn't
the
start the
pandemic.
pandemic, but it was he opened up that window. Next thing you know, shit was shut down. Um, since we continuing to talk about disappointments,
Oh
a lot has
man.
happened in music this week. Two people dropped music, and the internet has had opinions about both. We'll start with Chris Brown. He released his 12th studio album called Brown on May 8th. A 27-track project which features Bryson Tiller, Leon Thomas, and Sexy Red. The album dropped right as he announced, obviously, his co-headlining tour with Usher. That starts next month. On paper, this was supposed to be his coronation moment. He won a Grammy last year for Best R&B Album for 1111 Deluxe. He sold out his Breezy Bowl tour. He was on a run, and Pitchfork published a review.
Before you get
Pitchfork.
started,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
lose it. Um, y'all have been getting at me also because I said I will not give these people any money for another tour. I gave them
Mm-hmm.
already money to go see because my wife wanted to see both of them. Gave them
Mm-hmm.
both money. Told y'all how I hated that and I wanted my money back from both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see Usher open this damn roast? Going back to the last segment,
I
like
did.
that
Almost
was
turned almost turned it off of that.
I almost first of all, who the hell wrote them jokes, wrote them lines for the song or whatever? Also, he couldn't land it because it's very hard to do music and comedy at the same time. Also, what the hell happened to your vocals, man? It was terrible.
Like
Couldn't reach a note. Couldn't reach a note. I'm just saying. All right, continue. That's what y'all got to look forward to. Okay.
Pitchfork's Alphonse Pierre gave Brown a 1.3 out of 10. The opening line to his review
Wild.
called it a real piece of shit. The, the full review said it isn't romantic or
Wow.
funny or sexy or sultry or dancey or soulful or vulnerable or honest or creative or inspired whatsoever. And described it as soulless hit chasing music with nothing going for it if you aren't personally invested in the Chris Brown culture wars. The review also went after traditional media for allegedly tiptoeing around Chris Brown for years, arguing that the lack of critical engagement has allowed him to contextualize his own redemption with statistics and sob stories. The review racked up over 10 million views on X in 24 hours. Chris Brown responded on Instagram stories saying, "We kicking their ass, goddammit. We ain't letting up. I'ma keep my foot on their neck." He also seemingly out of nowhere took a shot at Zara Larsson, the Swedish artist who earlier this year said she had blocked Chris Brown on Spotify because she doesn't listen to abusers. Go listen to motherfucking Zara Larsson or somebody.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I have not listened to a Chris Brown album, I don't think, since his first one. Um, I just don't think I think he stunted himself after the incident because he did not truly seek help. He leaned into the bad boy a la Bobby Brown, but his story is not as endearing as Bobby Brown. While he
Mm.
still has millions of fans who think up and down that they are going to be the next Christopher Maurice Brown, he has been trying to duplicate or find Carucci's doppelganger this whole entire time. 98.9% of y'all do not have a chance with that man. And if y'all did, he would just knock you between the couch and the washing machine anyway, as been proven.
I've been trying to find this man's sign. Alphonse Pierre, that's the name of
Yeah.
the reviewer. He had he had an axe to grind.
Oh, yeah, nah.
he
He
oh
was tired. That man is
he
tired.
he lit that man up in that review.
I personally think
Wow.
he's like me. Like, he's tired of y'all trying to say that Christopher Maurice Brown is the next Michael Jackson or Michael Jackson's successor. And it's like, after a while, it's like, y'all got to stop with this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, if you're going to put out a 27 track album, and again, I'm not going to listen. I can't imagine that Chris Brown has 27 songs that are worth, you know what I mean? That are like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
The
can't imagine. I can't
the
imagine that being cohesive.
the fact that he played in
Yes.
Durand Bernard's face with
Mm-hmm.
a duplicate of this his album cover.
Album cover.
I already was I was out before, but like it really turned me off as well because like you have such a huge platform. This dude is has been working his ass off to get to where he is, Grammy award winning now.
Also
Only
Virgo.
for you, there you go. Only for you to be stealing shit. This is not the first time, and I have a personal story. I'm gonna tell you on the side. I'm gonna leave it alone. This is what happens. This is what occurs. People are saying that he wrote this album with AI, and I believe it. Like I
Oh,
completely believe it. I completely believe it because
definitely.
it's like I haven't listened to it, so I can't speak on it with any
I
real
shan't.
understanding or whatever. But I've been listening to a lot of crazy stuff lately, so maybe I'll just add that to the list of things that I've been listening to that I didn't want to listen to, including Northwest's EP that you made me listen to. But
I was just gonna ask you, did you listen to it? And how trash was it?
that is a sidebar that I don't know that we have time for, but um please find that girl some help. This is at the time where she can be saved because it's like it seems like a whiny Kanye West uh like demonic kind of album. That's what it feels like. And you're too young for that. You're too young for
Right.
that. I think
Okay.
you're supposed to be that girl Lele at this point. Like
You
speaking
know
of
what? I'm gonna
which,
listen to it this week so we can talk about it next week.
let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. But yeah,
Um, Also dropping today was Aubrey. Y'all call him
she's
Drake.
she's saying today, but y'all are gonna get this on Monday.
Oh,
So
on Monday.
we are
Sorry,
recording on Friday.
on
Yes.
Friday. Who also dropped this week or last week on Friday is Aubrey. Y'all call him Drake. He dropped his album Iceman, and then I guess surprised people because he also dropped two other albums following called Habibti and Maid of Honor. I haven't listened. Honestly, I haven't listened to a Drake album since the mixtapes. That was the last
Mm-hmm.
time I've actually listened to a full Drake anything. I have seen online some snippets. Someone called it a long time ago that he was gonna rhyme Iceman with Nice Man, and he did.
Mm.
Um, Apparently, he is still rehashing the beef with Kendrick Lamar. He's trying to say he didn't listen to the album or didn't listen to any of the songs, but had a song called Ran to Atlanta, which Kendrick told him every time he needs a check, he runs to Atlanta. So he did and got on a song with Future. Okay. Apparently he had shots for everybody. LeBron James, Kendrick, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What's that other kid's name? J. Cole,
Mm-hmm.
DJ Khaled,
Mm-hmm.
apparently Rick Ross.
Apparently
Allegedly,
Jay-Z.
I was getting there. Allegedly, Sean Corey Carter, also known as Jay Z. But here's the thing about the Jay Z bar.
Mm-hmm.
You're not as clever as you think you are because Jay said the same fucking
He
thing. He still
said
gave
for
me
y'all to do that.
500,000.
Exactly.
So what are
Exactly.
you even talking about? And then on top of that, sir, I I'm trying to be a nice person.
Are you?
I am. I am. You, as Kendrick said, are signed to a nigga that's signed to a nigga that signs to that nigga.
Mm,
Jay-Z owns his masters. You allegedly probably dropped 3 albums together so that you could get out of your deal
yeah,
with
yeah.
UMG.
So that's what I heard, and so uh I heard that this within him dropping the 3 puts him out of his contract and allows him now to sell his catalog for something like $2 billion or something like that to private equity, which would make him or make it the largest music deal I think ever or some craziness like that. Um, all right, it's. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about people selling their music catalogs, but like I guess good for you because at this point it's strike it while it's hot because it's like there's no you're not hitting the same heights that you were hitting before ever again.
Right.
So I guess
Right.
you got to strike it now. But like man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about people selling their music catalogs anymore or whatever. But like I listened to the album once. I can't give like a proper review because like I said, it's less than 24 hours. I only listened to it once. Uh there were a few things on there where I'm just like, okay, you rapping, you actually talking about something that's actually something. But the majority of it was droning on and very much very much not very exciting to me personally. Again, I can't give a full review because I haven't given it enough time, and I don't know that I will listen to again. But I did give all 3 a listen, and good for you, sir. What I will do is when Kendrick does drop, run that back and forth over and over and over again, learn all the words within 24 hours, and be ready to give you a proper synopsis in 26
Listen,
hours. Like so, here we are.
because I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue my lifelong streak of having never actually listened to a full Drake album. Okay, because you're corny.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That man is corny. He has been corny. I've been telling y'all he's corny. Kendrick got him so hot and bothered that 16 years after the fucking battle happened, and we were just kind of easing off out of it, you gonna bring it back up again. So now what am I gonna do? Go run them songs back because you just reminded me of how much I enjoyed Squabble Up. Like, you're not even doing this right. Like, you're not even doing this right. Like, you're not like, please,
Yeah. Yeah.
please. And
Yeah.
leave Jay's name out your mouth. You don't want it. The last time you did that and he responded on that freestyle was diabolical. He called you a Yakub.
Ugh.
Also, you talking about I saw some verse where he said something about is it because he's half black and Jewish they don't want to not see, and then like basically referring to like a Nazi
I
on the
s-
top of the mountain or some shit like that. Oh,
yeah.
boo, tomato, tomato, cornball.
Drake used to be more clever to me, I thought, but it is what it is.
Not Drake, his writers. Also, it says a lot that the White
Oh,
House felt comfortable
yikes.
enough taking your glove and putting an iced out MAGA chain in it already.
I
Corny.
couldn't
Like,
believe I couldn't believe I
you have an
couldn't I
allegiance to
couldn't believe
losers.
it. The White House. Again, there's a tear in the universe somewhere because how the hell did we get here? How? Remember when that
And if
office
it's still up,
was like respectable? Can you
respectable,
remember that?
I'll be watching clips of Obama and Joe Biden, and I dead ass get sad. Dead ass get sad because
Sad.
it was just like we used to be a proper country.
Do you know that not only what you just said, but like even if you look at we had a lot to say when this person was president. But even if you go back to the George W. Bush days and look at his decorum compared to where we are now,
Oh yeah, nah.
You'll miss those days for sure.
Oh yeah, nah.
You'll
I
you'll
mean,
you'll miss
George is
those
gonna pay
days.
for his crimes because he said no child left behind, and a lot of children were left behind, and that's why we
Here we
kind of
are.
are where we are right now.
Here we are.
But sidebar real quickly because I do want to talk about the Guevedoces real quickly because it was just something
Okay.
that I found very interesting.
Oh gosh, the time.
China played in Donald
Yes.
Trump's face. China played in Donald Trump's face real quick because why they had that man walk down the red carpet to a bunch of children cheerleading. But when Obama did it
Mm,
a couple years ago, they
mm.
had the full military there standing at attention.
Let's
They
go.
was trolling that man so well. I listen, and he's so stupid he don't even know.
Don't know.
He don't even
Don't
know.
know. Don't know. I know we're
Um,
not gonna have time to get to this, but Euphoria. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it with Nature Boy probably next
okay,
week. We're gonna
next
talk
week
about it because
because
it
I
needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked
okay.
about. Okay.
So this was very interesting to me. In the village of Salinas in the Dominican Republic, roughly 1 in 90 children are born appearing female with no visible testes, no penis, what appears to be a vagina, and are raised as girls. Then
How
around the
many?
age 1 in 90.
1 in 90. Oh my god.
Then around the age of 11 or 12, puberty arrives and brings something unexpected, a penis and descending testicles. These children are called the Guevedoces, which translates pretty directly to penis at 12. They are also called machi hembras, meaning first a woman, then a man. Here's the science broken down.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
Oh
The
my
fetus
god.
in its earliest weeks has not differentiated sexually. Around 8 weeks into pregnancy, sex hormones kick in. A fetus with a Y chromosome would normally undergo changes. The gonads become testes, which produce the hormones that shape male development. Part of that process relies on an enzyme called the 5 alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into DHT, the hormone specifically responsible for forming the external male genitalia in utero.
Mm,
Guevedoces carry a genetic deficiency of that enzyme. So the external genitalia appears female at birth because DHT isn't there to form it. But internally,
mm,
testicles are present, just undescended, tucked inside the body. When puberty hits and the body
mm,
produces a second surge of testosterone, the surge is strong enough to produce is strong enough to trigger the development of male characteristics when without the usual DHT pathway. The penis grows, the testicles descend, the body catches up. The condition was formally studied in the 1970s by endocrinologist Julianne McKinley from Cornell, who visited Salinas after reports of what locals already understood to be a normal variation of life in their community. Her findings were published in scientific journals in 1974, and here's the fascinating footnote to the whole thing. Her research on the enzyme deficiency in Guevedoces directly led to the development of finasteride, a drug now widely used to treat enlarged prostates and male pattern baldness, because of course y'all need y'all hair. Millions of men have
wow.
been helped by a drug born from studying this village. In Salinas, the community has generally treated Guevedoces with a kind of like matter-of-fact acceptance that feels radical by comparison to how intersex and gender variant children are treated in most places. Some go on to live life as men with no complications. Some identify as women and have pursued surgery. Some never change their female names even as adult men. The village largely shrugs and says this is just how it is some this is just how it is sometimes. Is that not fucking interesting?
That is the number. I mean, I understand that there's some variations in people and all that. So that part is not interesting. The fact that it's concentrated in this area and it's 1 in 90 is crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Fun fact, um, male and female genitalia are basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Men outward, women
Inward.
inward. And so like when you look at the anatomy of of a woman, it's just like wow, how amazing is that? That's kind of crazy. So this is very interesting because when the hormones of puberty start to kick in, it's just like, oh yeah, this was supposed to happen, and it's like, oh, boom, here we are. That
It's
wow.
like they're literally raised
Wow.
as girls, have female names, dressed as women,
Wow.
like dressed as little girls, are little girls, hit puberty, they start to voices deepen, they get taller, breasts become like, you know, a penis becomes a penis, and they're men. They say like some of them have gone on to get married, have kids, like live normal lives as men.
Right.
And some of them, like it's already known, like when they're born, like it's just expected that like by the time you're like 12, this may happen to this young girl.
We may find out something. That's crazy.
Isn't that?
That is crazy.
I found that and I was like, this is
The
interesting.
the thing about it is, it's just like, obviously you have a specific gene, so your offspring could also potentially have this occur, and theirs and their, like, so. Um, Me personally, as soon as I could, I'm getting as far away from the Dominican Republic as possible. That's what you said this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I need to potentially, it's Darwinism, right? Survival of the fittest.
Hmm.
My genes cannot mix and mingle with the people here in this region, like, because we're just perpetuating the same thing. Unless this is a thing that you want to happen. But if you don't want this to happen, I'm getting as far away as possible. Like, that's
But who's to
crazy.
say that you get as far away from wherever and you
And then you
carry
end
the
up with
gene
another.
and then you still end up with it anyway?
But you have a chance to start to like
Wean it out,
disintegrate the
break that down.
concentration of the gene or
Right, right.
whatever. So, like,
I get it.
you know, wow, that is fascinating.
Isn't that fascinating?
That
And
is,
then,
yeah.
I mean, we don't have time, but then that's like a whole nother gender conversation, right? Of like how we think about gender and gender
Right,
constructs and things like that,
right,
because these people are literally born women
right. Well, that's a
or
whole
women,
big
female
scenario.
presenting or
That's a
female
whole
presenting.
big scenario, because if we are to look at the animal kingdom and how a lot of these animals mate and pair up and conceive and all of these things, there's so many variations.
Yeah,
So for us to be so rigid about how things are supposed to be for humans
it's
is
crazy.
almost absurd. It
It's
is
crazy.
absurd. It is absurd. So, um, wow. I think we should touch back on this. So, make that a note. But yeah, wow. Look at you. That was a good.
Right?
I learned
I
something
was
today.
like, I
Learned
was
something
like,
today.
I know Ryan don't know about this because my flabbers were gasted when I heard about it, and then I had to
Yeah.
Google it, and then I
Yeah.
fell down the rabbit hole, and they showed like not pictures, but like you can see like some of the kids in the village and how they're like how they start, and then like how they now look as men, and it's just like,
Yeah. 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 Wow. Wow. Okay then.
right,
Okay.
right.
All right. What you got?
How do you make seven an even number?
I feel like I've given you this joke already on multiple occasions, actually. And I think it was from my daughter, my youngest daughter. You remove the S.
We definitely did that then. Yeah, we definitely. It made me chuckle again then. I found it and I chuckled. So shout out to your youngest because that
Yeah, yeah.
still made me chuckle.
Have you heard about the Chinese bowlers?
Oh God, no.
They be bowling.
One day somebody's gonna start at just the dad jokes, and we are going to get canceled. We are so gonna get canceled.
All I said is the Chinese bowlers be bowling.
I
Joyhdae.
just, I just, you know.
Okay.
Have you ever had sex while camping?
Man, this is a continuation from my joke last week.
Kinda.
First of all, I don't camp, so I can say with absolute certainty, no, because I don't camp.
It's fucking intense.
That's exactly this. Today, come on, man. That's almost exactly the same joke as
I
last week.
know. That's why I did it. That's why I
Yeah,
did it.
it is fucking intense. All right. Oh man, I've been reaching for jokes this week. Reaching.
Me too.
Why do nurses love red crayons?
Oh God, why?
Because sometimes they have to draw blood.
We both reaching this week for jokes.
Oh, it's been a long week.
What do you call an American bee?
Oh gosh. I feel like I've heard this in passing somewhere. My gosh. An American bee. Uh, oh my gosh. What?
A USB.
I knew. I feel like my sister My sister submitted that joke early on. Yes, USB. Oh, okay. All right. What does Dawn watch for entertainment?
Soap operas?
Fuck. Fuck. That was too good. That was too good.
My first answer was gonna be Palm Olive, and then I was like, why would they watch Palm Olive? And then I was like, soap operas.
Oh, that was too good.
I
That
was
was too
smart
good.
tonight. Before you do your thing, happy birthday to one of our listeners, Patrice. Today is actually her birthday. So when she hears this on Monday, it's gonna be
Taurus.
happy belated birthday. But shout out to you. Thank
Taurus.
you for always rocking with us, even though you be doubling up when Andrea be picking on me. I'm still wishing you a happy birthday and all the good things, sis. Thank you for rocking with us.
Tauruses, love them. They're also earth signs, down to earth with us. Yeah, I rock with them. I rock with them. VirgoSeasonShow.com is the website. VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. Send us your things. If y'all feel like cussing me out again, do it there. Why not? And then I could, screenshot it and put it in next week's episode and make it real nice. If y'all want, you could do a voice note. I could insert it right in there, whatever. Y'all don't do the things I asked you to do anyway. So, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Because I was going to tell them to do the exact same thing. Might as well just curse them out in the email. You can also find us at Virgo Season Show on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find Ryan at, Black Ryan.
Yeah. No.
Okay. On TikTok. I'm on TikTok. On YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
All right. One more for the road. I was told to do this in a specific way. This is another submission. This was another submission.
Let me put my water to the side.
So, what is a hood rat secretary's favorite piece of office equipment?
A hood rat secretary's favorite. I was going to say a stapler.
Okay. Bear with me because I have to remember how they said to do it. Facts. 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 I just said that. Sorry, can't do it.
Snapping off beat. Not you saying facts. Facts. Yo, I am.
I love this show. I love this show.
Virgo season!